Hello, everybody. I'm your host, Eric Bird, here at StopStrugglingNow.com. And tonight, we have a lot to talk about. Financial warning. Signs are here. USA financial cracks. But what does that mean for you? Blood in the streets is coming. And build wealth now. And welcome to the SSN Nation Wealthy Wednesday night live stream. Stop struggling now, gear. Check. And please like, subscribe, and click the bell below so you get the latest updates. Now, let's get to it. All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I want to thank you so much for being here because you could be anywhere else on the planet and doing anything that you want. So I appreciate you being in the house. And also to help others, please share the video. Why? Because other people are sleepwalking while the financial crisis is going underneath their feet. There's something going on right now. Stock market, it's going up, it's going down. Yesterday, S&P 500 hit all-time record highs. NASDAQ, all-time record highs. It pulled back a little. I don't know the end results for the day. But the fact of the matter is most people look at the stock market as a barometer of how the economy is doing. Incorrect. It's how corporations are doing and their stockholders are doing the salsa dance as long as it keeps breaking records. But I'll remind everyone here, there's some people who do not know. The top 10% of the wealthiest own 93% of all stocks. So when you see the stock market breaking all-time records, just keep in mind the top 10% are getting a whole lot wealthier. Not saying that's a totally bad thing, but there's a wealth inequality gap. And unfortunately, 80% to 90% of you, after this next tax cut, tax break situation occurs, 90%, I predict 85 to 90%, in about 2 years, we'll be living paycheck to paycheck. But don't worry, we have information that's going to be able to help you. We don't want to leave you behind. And also keep in mind, I will talk about something tonight before we get into it, but hold on, there's several things. Hold on a second. I just realized those of us, hopefully you, are holding Yield Max ETF funds, Defiance Group funds. They pay out weekly, they pay out monthly. Every Wednesday, the Yield Max ETF, Global News, they actually put out what the dividends will be this Friday for not only the weeklies, but also the monthlies. So we always have to go to that on Wednesday nights, just so everybody can see that this is passive income. This is one which you can win, ladies and gentlemen, while the economy underneath your feet is crumbling. Just keep in mind, Main Street is where most people live. That's much different than the stock market and financial markets. That is a whole different ball game. It's almost like the difference between Las Vegas casinos and the stock market. The high rollers in Vegas, they get special treatment. High rollers in the stock market, they get special treatment. Let me give you guys some ideas on special treatments, just so you understand. It's along the same lines. I'm a high roller in Las Vegas. I can call up VIP. I could say, hey, I'm coming. I want to play in the high limit area, blackjack. I could say, Here's my terms that I'm going to deposit in the cage. That doesn't mean I'm going to use all the money. That just means I'm going to have something in the cage, which qualifies my VIP status to have this special deal. I then can say, I want this dealer. I then can say, instead of 2 decks, I want 1 deck. You can start making negotiations and demands that everybody else downstairs cannot do. I have an advantage on other players in the house because they're not in my game. The same rules apply in the stock market. They're playing with different rules amongst themselves that you and I don't know about. Just like when they knew how to snipe people's stock buying because they were over here on the internet line ahead of you. They could see your order. And what do? It's going to an exchange. So they will snipe. They know you bought your share for $10. They're looking for somebody that's over here, $9.75. They'll take 100, 200, 300 shares and say, I'll take that difference and snipe all day long. These are the type of things that people do not realize. So you don't have to be in the game if you're not up there. You have to play a different game. You have to be patient. You have to be ordinary citizen because, like it says, nobody's coming to save you. And by the way, you know you can always get this gear at stopstrugglingnow.com. Now, let's get into it, shall we? After that little speech there, here we go. This is global news wire right here. Let me see who's in the house. Post-retirement travel is here, ladies and gentlemen. Mr. Worldwide. He gets that title now because he's doing the damn thing. He was over in Europe. He was over in Latin America. Now he's going to the Caribbean. Now he's going who knows where. That's why he's going to have the title, Mr. Worldwide. And I love it for him and his family because he put in the hard work, ladies and gentlemen. And why can he be gone for a month or two? Because he invested in assets that pays him. He didn't invest in liabilities. He's not out here buying $1,000 a month car payments. He's using $1,000 a month that he would be putting into an investment fund. So he has money coming back for life. Think about it, ladies and gentlemen. Post-retirement travel. Welcome to the SSN Nation Wealthy Wednesday night live stream. And I know you were doing the salsa dance even on Wednesday. And he says his tagline, hello all, let's do this. That's what we do here. Hopefully, if you have any questions, I implore you to ask them in our chat room. It's open, it's friendly, it's kind. We have all kind of people from different backgrounds watching our live streams, and they do help, just so you know. All right, here we go. He says it. I give up. I can't keep up with the stock market. It's on fuego, making money like bandits. Exactly what we're talking about here. Wealthy Wednesday night it is. Because if you're not in this stock market right now, all the signs say go. So I will go with the good news for ordinary citizens in case you have missed it. If you have Microsoft, Nvidia, Facebook, Oracle, all of these companies that are in the top 100, and I shouldn't say all, but quite a few of these corporations are buying back their own shares of stock over the next 2 to 3 years. When you buy back your own shares of stock, that props up your stock price, does it not? So as long as they buy back their shares of stocks in the hundreds of millions, because they're going to do billions over the next 1, 2, or 3 years, then we buy some, stock price goes up. Who's going to benefit? Investors, shareholders, everybody else who's buying liabilities and not in it, they're going to lose badly. Now, that's one of the phases that you have to concern yourself with. So, by the way, I always have to do this because I never start out these live streams anymore on the countdowns because we always have issues. But nonetheless, that is the first thing you need to do is make sure you have a brokerage account. 401k, fine. As long as you have a solo 401k, fine. If you want to do personal stock brokerage account, fine. But you have to be in the game, ladies and gentlemen. Sure, the stock market goes up and it goes down. It can melt down any day, but it's not melting down anytime soon. I just gave you the first lever. The second lever, the tax cut tax breaks means all those stocks that they bought using their own money, they're going to get reimbursed. You know what that means? That means they're going to do some other shenanigans. That means they're going to use some money for R&D. And you know what else? Buying back some of their own shares of stock as well, which is going to increase the stock market. You see how simple a self-fulfilling prophecy can be if you have free money, subsidies, tax cut, tax breaks. Come on. I'm pretty sure you guys can catch up with me on this. So just keep that in mind. So if you know that that's going on, why would you sit on the sidelines? Let's go with number 3. If you know there's a president who says, oh, we're going to be the crypto capital of the world, well, I think you might want to pay attention to crypto, particularly Bitcoin and Ethereum, because they're making ETFs that people are going to be able to put on the stock market. They already have, and people are going to be able to invest in the ETF, and the ETF goes out and buys Bitcoin or Ethereum. So again, self-fulfilling prophecy, you have hundreds of millions, billions of dollars rolling into Ethereum and Bitcoin coins and auxiliaries, because remember, there's going to be an AI, there's going to be tokenization. So therefore, banking across the world, there's going to be auxiliary events, such as like an XRP, for instance, is a known coin. And that could be used. There's several. So again, you're going to have to be in the game, but we recommend here Bitcoin or Ethereum only. And they have these ETFs that have already came out. You might want to consider, but so far, there's no money coming back when you invest in Bitcoin or Ethereum. You have to work on the appreciation in stock price. So again, get yourself in the game because they are investing, making the infrastructure for crypto. It hasn't even went on steroids yet. They haven't even put the system fully together yet because they got to figure out how they can make sure that there's not going to be some fraudulent activity. Because prior till now, the SEC and the government has kept crypto at bay, kind of okay, kind of not okay. So once again, that's why now that you know it's okay, you need to be paying attention. Otherwise, you're going to be left behind with this free money because, again, you could have bought 75,000 Bitcoin, 2,500 ETH, 1,500 ETH just 2 years ago. Now, 120 ETH, 3,700 ETH, 118, 120 Bitcoin, less than 2 years. The growth is astronomical and it's going to keep going. Now, when we get into other things, AI is all the rage right now. But once again, you have to pay attention. There's a lifespan of all the hype. Because once they stop putting money in, then it goes to, hey, we put in hundreds of billions of dollars in all of this. How much money are you guys actually making right now? And when it comes out later, this is going to be later, and if they don't match what these investments have been, then all of a sudden there will be a dip. But in the meantime, we're going to be going for one hell of a ride, ladies and gentlemen, and I want you with us. Okay, how do you like that speech? Let me know what you guys think on that. Reason why I'm doing that speech is just to know this is Wealthy Wednesday night live stream. We have Financial Friday night as well. I don't want anybody to lose because not everybody sees these live streams and we get no love from the social media gods. So that's why I ask you to share the video. And if you like what we're talking about, please subscribe to the channel and click the all notification bell. Now, what am I going to do? A few things. First up, get your free stocks, Robinhood, Webull, Moo. So I have to put links down below in the description boxes. So that's what I'm doing right now as I speak. All right, Let's see what else we got going on with the On Fuego. In fact, this is what we got going on. Look at this right here, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Some of you do know about yield max ETFs, some of you don't. So I will explain again. They do option income trading. What does that mean? You guys have heard of options. I don't trade options, but you've heard of options trading and an underlying stock. So I'll use this is AMDY. So that's AMD, and the Y is because it's yield max. And what they do is they use the options for the AMD stock. That's what is being traded. So the premiums and fees that they receive, they share with people who buy their AMDY stock or AMDY stock. Exactly. Every 4 weeks, they disperse a dividend. All right. This week on Friday, the stockholders of AMDY will receive 56.56 cents per share. This is giving an 85% distribution rate based on if it gives out 56 cents every month. But again, it fluctuates because option income money cannot be the exact same every month. So this could be 40 cents next payout. It could be 60 cents next payout. It could be 35 cents. It could be 80 cents. But you know there's going to be a payout. You just don't know. But if the stock price stays the same or goes up a little bit, and you can get a 80, 60, 70, 80% distribution, that is the best of both worlds. And since that is a stock based on semiconductors and tech and AI, then it pretty sure they will be fine. In fact, you know what's interesting? AMD stock is almost the same price as Nvidia stock. Give or take maybe $10 to $15 less, and they have nowhere near the notoriety of Nvidia and their artificial intelligence. But AMD's right there. Is that pretty sweet? Okay, look at these weekly payouts. Again, semiconductor portfolios, 35% distribution, GP yield max AI and tech portfolio. Go study if you're interested in these. But who wouldn't want 35% a year or 30% a year or 25%, a quarter per 25% of whatever you invested over the year? Most people would be happy. In fact, people would be yelling to the rafters, to the rooftops, if somebody simply said, hey, I can give you 20% return this year. You would say you're lying for the most part. And then you would say it's high risk, high reward. So how much am I going to possibly lose? As with any investment, is high risk, high rewards. Because any day there could be Black Friday, Black Monday. In case you don't know what that is, that's when the stock market all of a sudden dropped by thousands of points and people were jumping out of windows, just so you get an idea. But don't leverage yourself, right? Okay. Now, look at these. These weeklies are very interesting. Down here with the Yield Max Ultra option, 85% distribution at this price point, 10 cents per share every week. Some people will take that. Yet Y Mag, Magnificent 7, Google, Amazon, uh, Tesla, Nvidia, Facebook. I'm missing somebody. Anyhow, option income trading, Magnificent 7 funds, 20 cents keeps us at over 60% still. Yield Max Universe, which is Y Max, 18 cents keeps us over 60% distribution. This is incredible. Weekly payouts. And these stocks are $15 or less, just so you guys have an idea. Because if you were able to maintain even 15 cents per week on average for 4 weeks, that's 60 cents, $7.20 from a 14, 13, 14, $15 share. That means 50% distribution. As long as we can keep that stock price within the same similar range, we're good. I think a lot of people won't mind 40 or 50% distributions for annually. I know I won't. All right, every 4 weeks, here's what's coming out. CONY 79 cents, CVNY $2.04. And then there's something new, a DraftKings option income strategy. That's weird. That's one for the ages, ladies and gentlemen. Let me know what you guys think about all this. Down below, we do have a chat room on all platforms, so you guys don't be shy. Everybody on podcast, don't be shy. Let us know. EV Place is in the house. Another investor is here. Thank you so much for being here and welcome to the SSN Nation Wealthy Wednesday night live stream. And he brings his tagline this evening. Good evening, everyone. Let's celebrate Coney. Over 10% dividend at my average price. I know, man. I know. I was looking today. I saw it dropped a little. I was like, oh, who cares? Well below. Yeah, I'm not nowhere near my average cost. And it's a lovely day to see CONY. And I love the 10% dividend. I know. Doing the salsa dance when I saw the numbers. In fact, you know what I do? You guys, I keep a comparison charts and everything. I'm like a geek. So what I do is I look at what the dividends were the previous weeks. And what's very interesting is this week, a lot of the YieldMax ETF stocks, they gave out more in dividends. There's only a couple this week that gave out less, but for the majority of the ones giving out dividends this week, they were more than last month or last week, last month and last week, quite frankly. So it's a beautiful thing when you see that. And then you look at your stock price and you're like, wait, the stock actually rose, whether it's $1, $2, $3. So that's even good. So you're sitting pretty all the way around. Can it stay this way? I think so. Why? Because of volatility from this administration with the on again, off again tariffs, deals that are said, and then they find out later that maybe the deal hasn't been uh, fully cemented. It's a framework. So then people are changing how they invest. So there's so much turmoil, perfect for option income trading. That means dividend distribution should be coming in nice, handsomely for us. So that's pretty cool. Post-retirement travel, here we go. I knew he was going to say SPY, QQQ, VOO, IVV, IWM, by the way, are just on fire. You have to be. Look, post-retirement travel, he went on his Mr. Worldwide tour to inauguration. He got his inaugural Mr. Worldwide tour to get his title. He's joined the club. So before that, we used to tell people for years now, over 2 years, our last 2 years plus, VOO, SPY, QQQ, SCHD at one time, which there's no reason. You might as well just stay SPY, QQQ, VOO, IVV. I love all these. I love all of them. So we also throw in my favorites. I would throw in VOOG. I would throw in the VGT, the VTIs. That's why you always got to keep your pen, pad, and papers ready, ladies and gentlemen. You never know what we're going to be talking about. So you can go study. The ETFs have about 3,000 domestic and international companies. And what's even further, they have the top 100 for the most part all the time. So when you have these stocks that are in the top 100 and they're moving up 50%, 40, 50, 30, 6, somewhere between 20 and 50 or 60% or more, that's why these indexes keep moving up. And you don't maybe get that much passive income from it because they do give out a distribution every now and then, but it's not on a set schedule. But you're getting the appreciation from the upside, these all-time record highs on the stock market. That's why the rich invest in these ETFs such as SPY, QQQ, and VOO, the golden childs. You too. And don't be scared. I know you'll look at VOO and you'll be like, oh man, what is this? This is $580 or something. Don't worry. If you have, you're thinking too big too early. You would say, oh, I can't afford that 500. Eric, you know, you've said it all the time. You know good and well. 70% of the population doesn't even have 1,000 in their bank account. 60% of the population doesn't even have 500. So I know you're saying, hey, I can't buy this stock at 500 and some dollars. No, you don't have to. You can buy fractional shares. You could say, hey, I just want to buy $50 worth of that stock. Here's the beauty of it. If the stock goes up 10%, you get 10% on your money. You just don't get 10% on 500, which would be $50. Instead, you'll get $5. So just because you invest less, you still get the same returns. So get in the game. As post-retirement travel says, a little cup of coffee's worth every day instead of coffee, instead of lunch. Simple. It adds up nowadays because people go to lunch and it's 25 to 30 bucks. Go get coffee, and most people want that special coffee, $5 to $10. Before you know it, you've spent 40, 50, 60 bucks a day for 5 days a week in a lot of instances. Plus, I know a lot of you just got paid, parties bumping. I got to go out and spend that money going out to nightclubs and other special events that you love. And the way they charge people these days, it's a few $100s that you're going to be spending with alcohol and entertainment. And I don't even want to talk about the VIP sections. That's even crazier. That money could be actually going into something that can return you money for life. And you guys out here playing around because we live in a third world country. You just don't know it yet. Because one day you're going to wake up and you're going to say, wait, what happened to that Social Security? Wait, what happened to Medicaid and Medicare? Oh, hold on a second. What do you mean I can't get things done anymore? All these social services, they're going to be a problem. We're 37 trillion in debt. That's the United States government. That's us. We're going to be 41 trillion over the next, well, I predict it's not going to be 10 years. It's actually going to be 3 years. There's a reason, because we're wasting a lot of money on everything but infrastructure, everything but making sure that we can create more jobs. All that's happening is extraction of funds outside of the United States. Whether it's going to be a force like what we have, deportation force, I'll call it, that was funded more than the FBI. And we still have to fund the FBI. 1 trillion to the military industrial complex. All this money's going out. This isn't any, there's $3 trillion just between the military industrial complex, the tax cut, tax breaks. Just that alone is trillions. And then we have every year 1 trillion owed in interest for our debt. Again, it's not creating a damn thing. You should be worried, but we still got 1 year, 5 months to go, ladies and gentlemen. Don't worry about that. We got you in the game. Make sure you're in the game. Okay, what's this right here? Also, good chance to buy more tomorrow. It's on sale. You got that right. I was paying attention to it just this morning. I was like, you know what? I think it's going to go down a little bit more. Oh, man. I think it's going to go down a little bit more. Let me see. I think there's going to be some sort of, remember, they have competition now, right? Just remember that. But I like the competition. They're already ahead of the game. That's the way I look at it. Yep. Down to $20.90. Oh, it's getting almost back under 19. Hold on a second. Let me double check, make sure what I'm seeing here. Let me go after hours. Oh, yes, it's buy time. It's buy time. It's right underneath my dollar cost average. Yep. It's almost go time. Oh, my. Thank you for mentioning this, EV place. It's go time. It's go time. It's below my dollar cost average at this price point. Well, it don't matter. It's close enough. And I think it's going to drop a little bit more. There's a little fizzle. Yep, here it is under 21. I just now looked, man, 2090. Yep, and yep. So it's a beautiful thing, a beautiful, beautiful day. SMCY Yield Max is also on fire. Yes, post retirement travel, $1.61 dividend. That's only $21. Ooh, tell me about it. You know what happened. It's a beautiful thing to see. There's another oil covered called stock, United States Oil. They gave a two. What? Are you kidding me? Hold on a second. USO should be, hold on, around 50, 60. Oh, it's 75 right now. What's USOI? I'm not familiar with this one. That's $52. That's giving out dividends. $2.40. We got to find out about this. Post retirement travel, dropping some gems, crude oil shares covered call. I didn't know about this. UBS. Wow. Hold on. Are you saying is that must be a monthly? It's UBS. Why aren't they giving me their UBS? Oil shares covered call. USOI purchase knowledgeable 52. Prices fallen. Yeah, I expect it to fall. That's why this could be a good opportunity. Are they doing the option income? Hold on. Yeah, it looks like it. They're doing covered calls. So they're doing options. Investment seeks a return linked to the performance. WTI crude oil flows 106 index. Wait, is it doing USO or is it doing crude oil flows? Hold on a second. Here's Charles Schwab. All right. What is the what's the returns? I can't find it though. $52. Okay. I won't even go into it. This means I got to study. This is what we have to do, ladies and gentlemen. We have to study. So let me get this straight. It's a $52 share. It's a stock right now. So we'll go up to 53 or whatever. It does not matter. We got, what did he say? 2.4852 divided by, I'll go 54 just to be nice. That's 4.6% in 1 month. I like this. I like this. I like it a lot. It's reasonable. SMCY, obviously, we're in SMCY because SMCY is crazy. It's like, yeah, like he said, it's $20 or something. That's also in 1 month. So, gotta love it, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, SMCY is doing great. Exactly. See, this is the whole point. There's a reason why EV Place has a 35%, now probably 40% return in 4 months, averaging about 10% return per month now. And it actually is going to go higher because there's payouts this Friday. Again, this is beautiful work. I love what we're seeing right here. This is prime time, just like we predicted it would be. And now, oh, wait a minute, isn't it? Today's the 20. Oh, hold on, ladies and gentlemen. I got a problem. Hold on. Wait, did I think I did this already. Hold on. I gotta do something. I forgot about a payment that I needed to do. Make sure I did it. I can't remember if I did. I know I was talking to him. Yeah, I'm losing my mind. Uh, yeah, my storage tried to call me, charge me more. Then they had to talk with regional or somebody to see if they'll give me my amounts back because they raised my price. But because I'm a good customer, they said, okay, we'll just charge you. I'm going to deal with these other the bosses and see if I can get it where they don't have to increase it as much. So we will see. We will see. But anyhow, I forgot all about that. It's 6:30. All right, Eastern or Pacific. Yes, why SMCY, which we've once again, this is SMCY we've talked about. Everybody should be in. Here's what USOI does. The investment seeks a return linked to the performance of price return version of Credit Suisse. Also, it is using it's not using USO. It is using the crude. Well, that's surprising. Okay. All right. Uh, that's very surprising. So, all right. Uh, let me see what we're talking about here. Let me go look at the chart. This is a chart I've never looked at but once. Let's go see what it's looking like for the WTI. Um, so it's is it okay? So it's using the WTI crude oil flow 106 index. What? Okay, well, they can call it USO if they want, I guess. USOI. Hold on. All right, here we go. So we have several in this game, but we're not looking at that. I want that option money. Oil is going to be volatile over the next few years. So we do want that. Okay, hold on. Let me go a different way. USOI dividend history. Let's go look it up. Okay. All right. I see that what they're doing. I think we'll see how this works out. USOI dividend yield. Oh my. Annual dividend $29. That gives you a 53.69% return. Actually, a little more if you I'm assuming reinvest. Um that looks like a winner, and we want to be in oil. It's volatile right now. We definitely want to be in this. I love this, ladies and gentlemen. This is beautiful. 56.65% yield with this last payout. Oh, I got to share with you. Come on. I can't keep this to myself. Right? I can't keep it to myself. I can't keep it to myself. This is incredible for a stock price that is equally like 50. June and July was $2 per share dividends. That is because oil prices started declining, back up $4 based on oil. So there should be fluctuations, which means frozen. This is not good. Okay. What's going on? No love. No love. I don't want to show, man. Okay. Here it is, ladies. In fact, you know what I'll do? I'll just make it easy. I'll put it in the chat room. so everybody can just go to it and check it out for themselves. Another opportunity exists in the oil biz. I love it. All right, so I'll let people do it that way. I love it. Let me get this off of here. Uh-oh. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. Had to come back from the dead. Okay, I love it. Last week on Yield Max, my wallet was going sideways, so I'm at 34% profit. Right until this week. Um, I'm pretty sure after the dividends get kicked in on Friday, you'll have a report on Monday or Tuesday how it's going. USOI does a covered call strategy on the shares of the United States Oil Fund. Okay, yep. It seems like there's a little twist to it, but nonetheless, I I love that they're at this 56.6. What's the other side of it? 40? I mean, even at 40%, I'll be happy with that. Again, you can't go for hundreds of percent. You got to get real. As Gino Chimiente used to say, he says, Eric, I'm selling when things just go up at 20 to 25%. I take my profit and run. That's what he was saying. He says, I'll buy back in at a different time. I'll just take my profit and run. He says, at the time, I've been doing this for ever since the 1970s. Shout out to Gino Chimiente. Hope he's doing fine and catches a few of our lives every now and then. So that's what his strategy was. He said, forget all that. He's like, hey, if I get that 20 to 25%, I'll just sell, cash out. Now, that helps when you have hundreds of thousands of dollars, right? Make 25,000, 50,000, cash out. Why wouldn't you? Right? It's all relative. But how do you get there? You have to start somewhere. Come on, ladies and gentlemen. It's the final warning. Signs are everywhere. USA financial cracks are here. Here's one of the cracks that are here. I'll be making a video about it tomorrow. Car payments. People are skipping their car payments. That's a crack. Because if they're skipping their car payments, that means more than likely they might be skipping credit card payments. That also means they're being stretched to the edge. And I have to keep explaining it in case we have new people here, but that's a snowball. Just think about you right now, those of you who are watching, not you guys who are taking the metro or subways, but the majority of people who do not live in major cities or near subways. What happens if you lose your car due to it being repossessed? Can you get to work? Oftentimes, there's going to be a certain percentage of those people who now can't get to work and in return now lose their job. And after they lose their job, now they are in jeopardy of no money and now no roof over their head. Credit cannot be paid back. It's a snowball. And when you get enough people to do this, by the way, 15-year high now for people missing their payments for cars. That is a sign, a very bad sign. What more do you need, ladies and gentlemen? Main Street is not the stock market. The stock market is booming, breaking records. But underneath your feet, the foundation is crumbling. The people that make America work, there's less of them. There's people, UPS had to lay off thousands. Facebook, thousands. Amazon, thousands. Because the economy is slowing down. Why? It's a cause and effect. If I have less packages being shipped by Amazon, that then means less packages UPS is picking up to deliver, which now means we don't need as many people anymore. See, people don't understand in capitalist system, supply chains, cause and effect matter. So now you're going to lay off thousands of people. Those thousands of people are now in jeopardy. Housing, one of the worst times. Housing, you're laid off. Housing is expensive. Eviction notices, foreclosure notices on the rise. The snowball is rolling. And unfortunately, you can't melt it. You can't stop it. It's already coming because there is nobody at the helm sitting there saying, hold on, we better do something dramatic that does not cost us anything and put people to work, aka infrastructure bill. That was what the design was, to put more people to work inside of America. So when you say no, forget about it, we're going to go a different route and spend all our money on nothing that helps employ people or do anything, trillions of dollars is a lot of money. And so there's where it rolls. And again, the corporations, remember, who's getting the trillions of dollars worth of funding? That's going to be buying their own shares of stock. This is very simple. This is not hard to figure out. You better be in the game. That's one game you need to be in. I keep saying this. In fact, I sound like a broken record now because it's hard not to talk about this, because this is where you can get 40, 50, 60% returns annually for the next 2, 3 years or more. Because what ends up happening is you got 60% return. And then if you reinvest it wisely, you could have another 40 to 50%, 60% return or more. And before you know it, you've doubled your money twice, because you are reinvesting along the way in a short time frame. 1 year, 5 months is what you have. So make use of it. I just called the insurance guy today. I wish I had something here today, um, for a 2,300 square foot house. And the home value was $381,000, according to them. You know what they said? They said the insurance would be $5,200 per year. But oh, wait, that rate is only if you allow us to insure your car too. I was like, so even if it's $100 a month, that's in the 6,000s. But I'm dealing with you guys, so I don't think you're going to charge me $100 a month for full coverage for cars. So I said, so we're talking about $500+ a month to insure a home. I'm like, that same home has a $5,000 tax bill. 10 plus $1,000 a year, and you haven't even cut on the lights yet. That's almost $900 per year. A month, $900 a month per year. And we haven't even gotten to the car insurance stuff yet. So we're going to be paying close to $1,000 per month if we did that deal. Unbelievable. So imagine if people had mortgages of $2,800 and now you have $3,800, and now you have to work for it. No passive income coming through your doors. Again, this is very, very dangerous times financially. Financial warning signs are here. All-time record high credit card debt. Why? Because people are spending their money at the grocery stores. They don't have money. They're using it at the grocery store. They're using it for everything. Buy now, pay later. They're using it for everything. Credit is the only reason America is still standing. Because if we didn't have credit like so many countries that would not allow easy credit, it would be already a game over. All right? Just keep that in mind. Here we go. EV Place. 2,100 annual on 1,800 square foot house in Massachusetts and $750 for car insurance annual for pickup truck in Massachusetts. Nice. Nice. Nice, my man. Crazy though what these guys were saying here. I couldn't believe my ears. I was like, what? What did you just say? Crazy. Be in the game is an understatement. It's a jungle out there. Be the hunter and not the hunted. Exactly. Very well said. Be the hunter, not the hunted. Hey, that's a t-shirt right there. Just say it. I like it. And that's what we have to do here, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not going to be on too long tonight because the financial warning signs are here. You guys, I've been talking about the financial warning signs. That's why I said 1 year, 5 months is all you have. Get your debt correct, meaning a 775 credit score or higher is what you're going to need. Get that. You have a year and a half to do it, a year and 5 months to do it. So please do that. Some of you would say, well, Eric, I need some help with that. No problem. You guys know every live stream. I'm saying who to go see. Go see, email Tracy, Tracy, at resolvefinance.com. There's something else I want to help you guys with, so don't go anywhere so fast. Not just yet. I'm going to go to some help. I don't know how let me see it. Let me see if I can. SDMC. Okay. But first, I got to put Tracy at Resolve Finance. I'm going to put her in the chat room so you guys can hit her up, let her know, the SSN Nation sent you. If you want to restructure your debt, not file bankruptcy, restructure your debt. And on the other side, it's going to take a year, 2 years. She's a specialist. She'll handle it. You get your debt reduced, pay it off. It says it's in good standing. Then your credit bounces back up. That's how you do it, ladies and gentlemen, just like the big boys. Just like the big boys. That's what you have to do. Do it. All right. Now's the time. Now is the time. You can still have a brokerage account. You can still take a little bit of your money, disposable income, and put it in there. Get that duffel bag of cash ready. Come on. You can do it. Don't be shy. Because, again, nobody's coming to save you. This is just all bad. All bad. You're going to have to save yourself. Okay? It's that simple. Got to be blunt. Got to be blunt. Because there's no other way. You can't sit here and be like, well, maybe. You need to improve your credit score. Then I have smart credit monitoring system that can help you. Down below in the description box as well. Some of you might have to refresh your page because I'm adding it as we speak. But nonetheless, check the description box. There's a lot of helpful information down there. And I'm going to add something else tonight that I haven't talked about. This is for people who may need a little help with their business, with funding, with some real world, real people helping you out in your state. Let me go pull up something here. Wait. SDMC. Come on. I can't remember. Yeah. That's it. Okay. Hold on. Let me get to the exact page because I got to drop it a link in the chat room. And that's not it. No, that's not it. Mm, okay, hold on. Let me do it another way. Let's do it another way. Let's do it another way. Okay, I'll do something else then. I'll do something else. Forget that part because I don't know why I can't find this. This is crazy. I need the small business department and I can't find it. Okay, we'll go a different way. All right. How about how about homepath.com? There's a lot of people that's going to be out here looking for a home, but you guys know there's Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, um, government loans, and you can buy homes directly from them that people have lost. This is how you guys heard of that guy, Sean Hannity, right? Sean Hannity bought apartment buildings from HUD um, a long time ago. The guy's worth tens of millions. Not only does he get his paycheck from Fox, but he actually owns a lot of apartment buildings, and he got them from HUD. I can't believe I don't. What the heck is going on? Why am I blanking out? I'm pretty sure that's it. Hold on a second. But anyhow, I'll go with yeah. Okay, I see right now we're gonna have a problem tonight with this. HUDHomestore.gov, for instance. Forget the business. We'll go to homes. A lot of people are going to be trying to find homes on the cheap, right? So go check this out if you want to get into a liability situation. But the best thing is invest so you have passive income coming in to use that passive income to pay for the house. That's what you want. That's the ideal scenario. So if you have to go buy a house, make sure you have the passive income first. All right? It's that simple, ladies and gentlemen. Um, hold on, I'll get you another one too, because we have. Let me do another one. Path at Fannie Mae. Yeah, we'll do that one. Here goes Fannie Mae. Oh yes, ladies and gentlemen, there's a lot of homes that people don't realize that they can qualify for. So now, some of you are going to say, "Well, Eric, I have the passive income coming in. I need to buy a house that's cheaper than on the open market." So I just put two things down. I got you the HUD, I got you the Fannie Mae. All right. There's auctions that come up, there's phone calls you can make if you want to go that route because you got to have some real estate. So there's a couple of options for you. All right. Now I got one more. Here we go. This is what I want. This is what I want. I want this right here. We have Fannie Mae. So now let me get you Freddie. All right. Here we go. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. Get those on your list. Okay. You want to play with the big boys? So when there's a housing, when people start running out of credit, when more foreclosures, we had 187,000 foreclosures this month. All right, up about 10,000 from the previous month. There's an uptick. So we have an uptick on foreclosures. We're having an uptick on people can't pay their cars, notes. We're having an uptick on job losses, and we're having an uptick on financial chaos. That is not a good recipe for the ordinary citizens on Main Street. But those of you who are in the 1 year, 5 month program, and in case you're new here, there is no mentorship program. This is the program that is here every live stream. We talk about it, give you a little nuggets every now and then. What do? You make sure you get passive income. And by the way, we might as well give a few more gems that I like to talk about. You can get a business now. I just went to Biz by Sell just the other day. I could not believe the amount of people that are saying, just let me out. It's a mom and pop, so to speak, business with a few employees. I don't want to work no more. I'll just give it to you. I'll charge you only a few $100,000, and out of the profits, you can pay me and you keep the whatever. I'm just like, this is insane. There's more people trying to just get out of their business. I don't blame them because there is a financial warning signs everywhere. People have less money. So mom and pop businesses or any business, the amount of hotels up for sale is incredible. I just can't believe it. The numbers are staggering. They still want their money, but it's staggering how many hotels are up for sale, which I'm not saying it's a great investment under the circumstance, seeing how now United States has made everyone that comes here apparently has to get a 250 or pay $250 for a visa. Can you imagine traveling to another country and they're like, well, so what? You got a passport. You got to pay us to come here. Where's our $250 per person in your party right now? Each one of you, 250, 250, 250. There's going to be a lot of people that's going to say, you know what? Uh, there's 3 or 4 people with this. That's like $1,000 just to come, when we have other countries that will accept our tourism dollars. So it all adds up. The signs are here. You can see where this is going. And whoever has money and whoever has assets later, you will survive. The reason I can say that is very simply, if I have a stock market account, I can always borrow from it, regardless, because it is backed by an asset. If I have real estate, I can always borrow as long as I have the equity. I can always borrow. If I have a business that has assets, I can borrow, good times or bad times. That's how you have to position yourself. All right, let's go, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, I've got my FC on Castle Rock. REO, there you go. Nothing wrong with that. REOs are good. That 250 is on top of regular visa fees. Exactly, EV Place. Thank you for mentioning that. I forgot about that because there are people that do have to pay the normal visa fees. I forgot about that. That's for the 250s for everybody that normally could come to America and show their passport. They're like, oh, hey, 250 for entry. Not after you've been here and leaving. It's on entry. That's crazy. That's crazy. And like he said, I forgot, he's right. There's other visa fees from other countries. So some people do pay incoming visa fees. Now they got to pay even 250 per person more. Can you imagine a family of 4? You know what? Well, I shouldn't say this. Well, I have to. I have to on me. It's basically trying to stop. You know how when you have refugees, which is because we have agreements with the World Trade Organization and the Geneva Convention, and we're supposed to allow a certain amount of refugees and all that, right? When you start attaching monetary numbers and doing things like this, all of a sudden, I'm sorry, you can't come here. You don't have the money. This is not good. Americans cannot sustain American businesses. You have to have worldwide business. So if we have people coming in from tourism, paying for things, that helps our economy. If Americans are losing their jobs, businesses are shutting down, and they're going to AI and all this, then we need more people coming to America spending money. You can see where this is going to end badly. So again, get your acts together, ladies and gentlemen. Tamara, Larry, another investors in the house. Welcome to the SSN Nation Wealthy Wednesday night live stream. Very happy to see you this evening. And once again, we're talking about that stocks and the repercussions, even homes. So, by the way, I have people listening on podcasts. We got to talk about that for a second. We have homesteps.com. All right. That's Freddie. Fannie Mae, homesteps.com. HUD homes are, oops, sorry. Here's Fannie Mae. Sorry. I got carried away. And HUD. Right here is HUDhomestore.gov. All right. Homepath.fanniemae.com, or you can go to homepath.com. But the point is, and then we got to go to Freddie. Home Steps, it's Freddie. All those homes going to be repossessed. Well, they already have been. All those homes that people do not realize are available. They're not on your foreclosure list. They're not on the bank REO list. They're sitting here in the government's control. Think about it. And it's just going to keep sitting there. Because oftentimes they're not giving you hardly any break on the price. So it's going to be sitting there. But you can qualify without having to deal with bidding against other people, doing all kind of crazy stuff. So again, opportunity knocks all over the place. And you know what's even wilder is Castle Rock, real estate owned, by ETFs, hedge funds. That's a whole nother ball game. Remember? BlackRock. Remember? These guys bought homes. Remember? What's going to happen when they don't have renters? They have loans against those homes they bought. They leveraged it themselves. So it's not like they're free and clear. They still owe annual fees. They're still going to owe the $1,000 per month for insurance and taxes to be paid or more. They're going to have to do maintenance and upkeep. You think they own what, 40, 50,000 homes? And if 10,000 or 5,000 of those homes are empty for over a year, do you really think that they want to pay the $5,000, the $6 or $7, $8,000 for property tax and insurance added on top? Start doing numbers when 10,000 times 5,000. It starts adding up. 10,000 times 10,000. It starts adding up, ladies and gentlemen. Starts adding up. So all I want to do is caution you, don't get caught with your pants down. You don't have to. The stock market is like one of the few frontiers, along with the crypto market, that you can make investments in and get some gains that are substantial, not the usual 8%, 6%, 5%, but we're talking 20% or higher. And it's rare that you'll have a long runway like we're about to have. It's already started, though. We're already in July. It's going to be August. The runway has been a whole year already. So if you've missed out on it, shame, no problem. There's still another 1 year and 5 months worth of runway. And during that time, you can get 20, 30, 40% or more returns by investing. You have to take a chance. Everybody, whenever you make money, that means you're taking a chance. You have a plan, you're taking a chance. Just because People have made money in the past does not mean that's what's going to happen in the future. You have to take a chance. It's always a chance. That's what an investment is. There's no way to guarantee you're going to be successful. But that's why you study, you pick what you feel comfortable with, and go forth. All right. I'm not going to run out and keep going on and on about this. But once again, down below in the description box, get your stock brokerage account, Robinhood, Webull, or Moomoo, free shares of stock on all three of them. Just one stock from Robinhood. Webull, you have to deposit some money. Then they give you 5 shares up to 15 shares. Moomoo gives you about 5 shares, but you have to deposit $100 or more and buy your shares. But either way, you have to maintain a $100 or more over 60 days before they'll release the free shares of stock. Those are the differences. So get there, get now. And if you, again, need to improve your credit, down below in the description box, go check it out. By the way, you know what else I need to add? I'll add it in post. Does not matter. I'll add it in post because I was going to put in the home path, the HUD home store. I was going to put them down below, and I'll have to do that afterwards. So we'll see what's going on. Gemini is giving 4% cash back in crypto. Yes. Yes, that's very nice of them. Robinhood's been doing that. That's very, very nice of them. Yeah, that's going to be a thing now. Robinhood started that last year um, with their card. The other thing, this since crypto is going to be mainstream, they're going to do that again. Everybody's going to do that, and you can choose which one you like. Yeah, everybody's going to do that. $200 bonus. Here we go. $200 bonus for 3K spending. Nice. There you go. Why not? Hey, give me some of that cash back crypto. Nobody's mad at that. Nobody. That's opportunities knocking. EV Places, Gemini credit card. Gemini, uh, yeah, it is, but don't they have an exchange still? I'm pretty sure Gemini has an exchange, right? I should know. I have Gemini on my phone. Um, let's see. I have Gemini. I have a few dust particles sitting over in Gemini. Let's see. Buy, sell, store crypto. Yeah. I have some dust particles sitting over there. Kind of an exchange, also. Yep. Yep. I have some dust sitting there. In fact, I might even have more than dust sitting there. You know what? Hold on. Since I'm at the official site, let me go log in. In fact, I just realized I have some. Oh my God. Every time I think about this, I forgot I had, Mercado. Oh man, I just realized I have another exchange that may not even be in business. I have some more dust particles sitting around. Um, I have a lot of crypto sitting around that I can't access. This is funny. Yeah, it doesn't look like. Oh wait, yes, I do. Well, I have a login. How nice. Yep, Gemini's an exchange. It's beautiful. My login. Yeah, I can still log in. I haven't logged into Gemini in a while. This is cute. This is nice because that means there's been some cheap crypto sitting here. Gotta love it. Let me go search around. I mean, I had Mercado. What was it called? No. Oh. Saying a new device. Yeah, I know. I know. It's me. It's me. I'm back. Oh, that's funny. Thank you for mentioning Gemini. You mentioned it before, but I was like, tonight, I'm like, wait a minute. I got some dust particles of crypto sitting over here. And they just sent me a warning message saying somebody's trying to log in to my account. It's me. Who do you think it is? Yeah, you're good. It's me. That's funny. This is funny. See what happens, ladies and gentlemen? These guys make me remember all kinds. I didn't even write this stuff, and I don't really care because it was like 5 years ago or something, right? 4 years, 5 years, 6 years, and crypto wasn't really doing anything. Yeah, it's me. Oh, I got a code. Okay. All right. Yeah, they prompted me. Don't worry. All right, I'm doing a lot of things at the same time while we're doing the live stream. Okay, that's cute. I better figure that out too before I forget. Where am I? Oh, there we go. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it's me. I do have a Gemini account. How cute. How cute. All right. Let me know if there's anything else you guys want to discuss this evening because I am going to have to run. Um, yeah, it was Makari. Oh, man, that is funny. But you don't own, so it's custodial. Yes, this is true. This is true. This is true. The only one with you keep your seeds is Best Wallet. Yes, Robinhood is giving 5% interest on cash accounts, and also Coinbase is offering 4.10% interest on USDC coin. This is for those that want to play it safe. Hey, safe is okay. Uphold 5% on stable coins. Yeah, this is going to get out of hand. This is where it's going. Robinhood credit card gives 3% cash back on any purchase. Basically, you get 3 points for every dollar spent. At the end of the month, you can convert and roll those points for cash to invest. There you go. Yep, Robinhood was on point like 6 to 8 months ago. Like I said, that's why Robinhood is actually turned into a mega star at this point. When they started off, it was a little rocky, but now they're doing the damn thing. Their stock price is off the charts, in my opinion. It's crazy what that stock price is. Crazy. Oh no. No, 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 no. Hold on a second. I need to go do I got again. Where is my info? Yes, I got the new thing. Where's my info? All right. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen. I have to I'm trying to log into Gemini in the back. Make sure what happened. Oh, okay. That didn't work out that nicely. What is this? Oh, 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 I forgot all about this. I have to do my own app. I have to do an app authentication. Well, it looks like I'll probably do this after I get off. Go see how much dust I still have left. Oh, man, that's funny. They sent me a code, but now I got to do something different. Anyhow, I'll deal with this afterwards. That's pretty funny. And I'm hoping I did this other thing over here. Please tell me I did because I messed up. I messed up. If I didn't, that's not good. I messed up. Oh no, I messed up. Yep, sure did. Yep. Mm. No, I don't think I did. All right. Okay. EV place. He says I'm waiting for MasterCard from Circle. That will be a game changer. I'm not familiar with Circle MasterCard program, but that's where we're heading with the crypto's thin air. Again, yes, we and everybody uses money to buy it. Once it's bought, it's just like anything else, assets under management. So now all these companies can allow you to borrow against them, and they get to charge you whatever interest charges or whatever they want to charge you in their fees, annual fees, whatever. And now they're making money out of thin air money. It's crazy. Circle is USDC, stablecoin. Okay. Circle, the price is, that stock price went up like it was crazy. Like somebody was delusional out here. Somebody was delusional. Oh, no, no. Yeah, it looks like I missed it. Oh, oh no. Didn't I? I didn't. Let me go see this real quick. Ah, yeah, looks like I blew it. I think. We'll see. Maybe I can. So earlier I did blow it. Yep. Ah. Mm, mm. I had to do it earlier. Okay. Okay. All right. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, let me know if there's anything else that you want to discuss this evening, because I'm going to wrap this up. And I got these guys again on my Twitch feed. All right. Once again, skipping car payments is another final warning sign, because after you miss your car payment, that means you probably missed some credit card payment. And down the line, there's payments being missed. That is a bad sign. That is not a good thing. All right. Well, thank you here for watching. I love you guys very much. I appreciate your support. And please like, subscribe. Please like, subscribe, and click the bell below so you get the latest updates. And I know it's hard out here, ladies and gentlemen, and that's why we're giving the warnings. There's warning signs, but we're giving you some tools to make sure that in just a short few years, you are on the path to righteousness and financial freedom. You can do it now, and you don't need that much, because if you have returns such as 30, 40, 50, 60%, or even more, in just a matter of 2 years, you can make a small pot turn into a lot larger pot. And we have crypto to thank as well. So don't forget your crypto to get a little bit of that too, because that should skyrocket as well. And all you need is a little bit. You don't need a lot, but you need to invest. You do not need any debt. Do not take on any additional debt, please. All right. Keep that in mind. All right, EV Place, thank you again. And remember, everybody, stay safe out here, because there's a lot of stress and duress. You just don't know where people are coming from. So just make sure you stay straight, stay calm, and react or don't react. Stay away from anything that's going on crazy, because we don't need you hemmed up by anybody. We need you to be making money, so it's passive income coming in, so you'll be able to take care of your friends, family, loved ones, whoever you need to take care of, and can help. There's only going to be a small percentage of the population that will have this passive income possibility coming in, as we only have 80% of the populations already living paycheck to paycheck in America sometime during the month. 85% of Canadians are living paycheck to paycheck during the month, and we are about to join them in the next 2 years. So you have 1 year, 5 months to go to get everything in order. Check your boxes. Stock market investments, check. A little bit of crypto investment, check. A little bit of gold and silver investment, check. Passive income, check. Real estate investments, check. But they have to be cheap. You can't go out here and go buy something for $400,000 or $500,000 and sit there and think you're going to be fine, because your passive income return, you don't know what it's going to be, because who's going to be able to pay you $5,000, $6,000 per month? Well, won't be that much. But the point is, who's going to want to pay you that? People are having a hard time as it is. So your rental pool is smaller if you go that route. So why not go with multifamilies, fourplex, if you can find them? FHA loan, 3.5%. I call it 4% down. That's an option. Your credit score can be 620, legitimate 620, because actually your score can be below that. And you can still get an FHA loan, which is crazy. But nonetheless, fourplex, threeplex, twoplex, do not waste an FHA loan on a home. You need a duplex at least, so you have revenue coming in to help you pay for where you live. That is the key here, ladies and gentlemen. Think of it in those terms. Every day that you go out and buy something, that could be something you could have put into that returns you $5 a month. That's it. $5 a month, $3 a month. It adds up if you keep doing it. Next time you go out, you're sitting there, that could have been $5 per month. That could have been every transaction you do. You could think that could be $5 per month for the rest of my life. That's how you have to think about it in this era. No more of this hanging with the Joneses. No more of this, I got to go get the gold, the jewelry, and have these trinkets. No more of that. By the way, it's always a funny thing when people point out, when you see billionaires and millionaires who actually have money and they're just walking around just like everyday people. And the people that don't have money, they have all this trinket showing. It's kind of very, very interesting. You don't want those worthless items. Those are really worthless. They go down in value. Now, collectibles is another story, but all I'm saying is you have to start thinking in terms of money. You can't think like, I got to hang with the Joneses, so I'm going to go out here and get a loan. Whatever it may be, a car, clothes, I got to charge. You need to worry about your future. Because if you don't have your health and you have medical bills, this regime, they just now made it to where your medical bills will now go back on your credit report. You know how many Americans have medical bills due to the food that they allow us to eat, the air we're breathing, the water you're drinking? A large percentage of your population has to go to the hospital, medical attention. So again, that now is going to hurt people's credit because it's going to go back on credit reports. All right. The Congress said, yep, let's do it. And you know who controls Congress, right? So again, things are not going to be the same. The snowball keeps rolling. Nobody's going to be able to stop it until it's too late. But get yourself in position, all right? Get yourself in position. Brian P's in the house. Mr. Dividend is here. We talked about your favorite stuff, Yieldmax ETFs, and what they are dispensing or distributing this Friday. And it looks like a win-win-win for everybody. doing the salsa dance prematurely is what I was doing the day when I saw it. And then I started checking. I was like, I could swear those are higher numbers than usual. I was like, oh, this is good. Welcome to the SSN Nation Wealthy Wednesday night live stream. And yes, I did get your emails, and I'm going to be talking about those on Friday, by the way. But actually, some of those emails were the HOA that we talked about. I glossed over it before on Monday. The HOA where the lady actually had her yard with grass, brown grass, and they escalated to where she gets arrested. HOA fees and an arrest to sit in jail for 7 days. HOA, yes, in Florida, Hillsborough, Creekview is the subdivision. Then they tried to snatch another lady's home. Oh, the home went to foreclosure over dues and fines for stuff that other people aren't being fined for. So it's basically, I want you to move out. So they're picking on them, giving them fines. Crazy. And another lady, they went, picked on her, said, yeah, you painted your house. We came over and we saw the backside. She painted what they said. Then after she painted, they come back. Oh, no, it's not right. You have to do this. Here's a fine. So she had a lawsuit, did not get arrested. Same subdivision. Oh, yes. This is what's going down, ladies and gentlemen. A snowball is coming. And you think you're going to play out here and not be in the safe zone? I missed the show. No worries, man. We'll see you on Friday night, I'm sure. I'm driving 2005 GMC. That's my man. I could buy a new car just from dividends, but I prefer to reinvest. Exactly. See, this is exactly what I'm saying. This is exactly what we're talking about here. What's wrong with the car that's free and clear and rolls? What year does it matter that it was made? I told you guys my stories long ago. My daughter's friends, once they got to be in that age bracket where they're 9, 10, 11, and they go over to their friend's house, and everybody's conversations are different, right? Oh, look at, we got a new car, we got a boat, look at this, we did this, look at our gold and jewelry and clothes. So you hear that from a majority of your friends when you go to their house, and you're thinking, man, my parents aren't even like this. What the heck's going on? But now when they get to be in that age of, wait a minute, there's some sort of status associated with, because if it looks like you have money, people just fawn all over you. Now all of a sudden, they start getting into that 12, 13. Now come over to the house. Okay, now my daughters all would be like, Dad, why you got these old cars? I'm like, what do you mean? It's the same car I had when you were like 8 years old or 5 or whatever. Yeah, but all my friends, their parents have these new cars. Why? You can buy a new car. I said, why? Why should I buy a new car? Because everybody on the block has a new car. Our cars are free and clear. Why do I need to have a note? And I don't really care what I look like. I know you care now, because now you understand people associate looking good, feeling good, smelling good, and all that crap as some sort of excuse for being a bad person. I just say it like that. But it doesn't matter what you own, it matters what you don't owe on. And so then all of a sudden now, when they're 16, 15, boyfriends come over, their boyfriends start going, oh man, your dad has this car. This is like a classic. It's cool. Oh, wait a minute. Now all of a sudden I'm cool. See, fickle life that we live here in America. Around the world, people are just happy with the roof over their shanty town house. They're happy with friends and neighbors, and they're happy with the little bit of whatever they have. That's like 60% of the planet. But in America and in EUs and wherever there's a capitalist system and whenever there's money to be made, like in China, the new wave of millionaires, all of a sudden it changes the class system. But don't fall for it, ladies and gentlemen. You want things that are free and clear. That's what you want. 2005 GMC, I'm down with you. I'm down with any cars that you have that rolls and you run them till the wheels fall off. I should bring my friends on that I bought cars from for 2 grand. Drove them for 10, 12 years. They'd be like, car I bought at an auction for $150. And I wasn't even there for that. I was at the auction because my friend, it was one of those donation auctions where you donate a vehicle and then people can bid for them. And I'm in the back. Literally, I'm like, I'd say 25 yards from where they're driving the cars up. And because my friend was looking for a car, I'm sitting in the back. And all of a sudden I look up and they're going, who'll give me $100? Because nobody even started a bid off at $50 or nothing. So the auctioneer goes, who'll give me $100? So I was just kind of like, man, nobody's going to buy a car for 100. And so I was like, I just saw the car pull up, but I didn't know that was the car until I asked people. I said, are they bidding on this little brown car that they just pulled up right now that drove up? They're like, yeah. He's like, I'm like, nobody's giving him 100. I'm like, hold up. The car's running. No smoke's coming out. It's brown. Yes. It's 1982. Uh, uh, can't remember what it is. It looks like a Cutlass, but it's not a Cutlass. And this is about 1997, 8. So it's 17-year-old car. And so I go 100. I was like, even if I even if it's a garbage car, it's running, they pulled up. I could easily go and get 100 just by telling some dealer or some junkyard to give me 100. So then some guy says 125, I think it was, and I said 150. Nobody else bid on it. So my friend who was there walking around comes back, and I said, hey, man, I just bought a car. He's like, are you serious? I said, I bought a car for $150. He's like, are you? He's like, starts laughing. So I tell him, I said, hey, man, here's the key to my car. I'm going to drive that car. He's like, you're going to drive it? I said, yeah. And this was in Fairfield, California, which is Sacramento's probably, well, from where that location is, probably about 50 miles, 60 miles from where where I lived. And so he didn't believe it. The car drove all the way home. Yes, I checked the oil, the water, made sure the oil, by the way, if you guys aren't mechanics, used cars, you got to check your oil and make sure there's actually oil. If there's water, that means your head's cracked. You'll see water and oil mix, but as long as it was oil, so I pulled it, all oil, no water. So I knew the heads weren't cracked. No problem like that. Valve, well, everything must be working. No smoke coming out. Drove all the way home and come to find out this car had power windows, power seats. It was crazy. And $150. I drove that car got stolen 3 times because you can crack the column and put the key in and start it. But because I'm a car guy too, I know where to get columns from. So I thought it was funny. They would crack the column, and so I would just go down and get another column from the junkyard and just pop it back in. It was funny as hell for $50 or something, $25. And so stolen 3 times in about 7 years. And then I let my friend who worked in the Bay Area calls me up and he would say, hey man, can I borrow one of your cars? I always have like 2 or 3 cars. That's mandatory. Should have 2 minimum. So I said, hey, yeah, you can borrow one of my cars. So I told him, I said, yeah, I got this brown bomber, I call it. You can take that. So he takes it, drives it. It was a V6, by the way. So it got pretty decent gas mileage. Sacramento to the Bay Area, crazy. He drove it. So after 2 weeks, he says, hey, Eric, man, I'm not paying you for your car, man. This is real nice. But is it all right if I can keep the car for another week or two? I said, first of all, you know how many cars I have. Just keep it until you need to return it. He's like, what are you saying? I said, I have cars. Just keep it. Just keep using it. You just got to fix it. You got to change the oil. You got to fix whatever, the maintenance and upkeep. Just roll. I don't care how long it takes. I only bought it for like $150. So that's why, ladies and gentlemen, because all the money you save, you can invest. That's the kicker. All them people that are paying $1,000 a month, $700 a month for a car, plus insurance, they could have went the 2003 route, 1995 route, and that five, six, $700 every month could have went into an investment vehicle. It goes a long way, and if you could do $800, $1,000 per month, $12,000 at the end of the year is a very nice start, plus whatever the money has accumulated, and you're off to the races. It's that easy, really. It's crazy. Brian P., once again, welcome to the SSN Nation Wealthy Wednesday night live stream. And he says, happy day, Eric. I hope all is well with you. Yes, it is. Happy day, SSN family. Yes, we're all hyped because we know what the dividends are, the distributions are for this Friday. And it's off the charts. Post-retirement travel, it isn't only the car note, it's the damn car insurance on top of that. It's a ripoff. Exactly. And in California, where I'm from, the registration, we're talking $300, $400, $500, $600 if you have a new car because it goes by the value of the vehicle. There's people paying $1,000 for registrations because their cars are 100 grand, 80 grand. It's crazy. Meanwhile, the old school us guys, $120, $80. That's it. Just saying. All right. EV place. I had a good time also with my neighbor. We helping each other with some fixing. Exactly. Exactly. That's it. So again, be caution out here. Do not deal. The worst thing that ever happened to capitalism was the Joneses, where people had to match themselves against other people, and you don't know the other people's circumstance. You don't know if that person is a trust fund kid. You don't know if that person is actually working 2 jobs. You don't know anything. You don't know that that person might have an 800 credit score and has a 2% loan. You don't know anything, but you're trying to meet and make it look like you have a certain standard. Like I said, it does not change wherever you live. It does not change. If you live in a gated community with $1 million homes, you have the same thing. Everybody says, I got to get this Mercedes, or basically the car's over 100 grand. I got to have it. G-Wagons, all this stuff. Meanwhile, keeping up with the Joneses is costly. Spending all kind of monies on things you don't need just so you have these people that think you're with them. And that's crazy. And by the way, in $400,000 home, 350 to 450, 500,000 home areas, you have a millionaire living right next door to you. He's the guy that's driving the truck that's like 50 years old. He's the guy that's driving the car that's 25 years old. You don't even pay no attention to him. That's the guy. The nice guy. That's always chilling. That's the guy. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's wrap it up. I'll see you guys hopefully on Friday at 9:10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'd greatly appreciate that. And make sure you smash the like button on the way out. If you like some of this conversation I had tonight, remember Friday nights is story night, even though I gave a story tonight. But we have story nights. It's Friday night. And I haven't given any stories on Friday night. But my friend called me who's writing a book. And he starts going, Do you remember? Do you remember? I'm like, yeah, I forgot about all that. And so, anyhow, he got a book publisher that wants to go with his story. His story is fascinating. This is true. But the beginning of his story is wild. But the story that he has when I met him is when things go way off the charts. All right. I'll even give you a little preview. You guys remember the dating game? Where you have like, I think it was three. Yeah, he went on dating game. One guy, they have three girls. Yeah, in the old days, dating game. Crazy stuff. And you guys, I told you about this before. White Men Can't Jump is a movie made after my friends. And that's how the dating game actually happened too, because they were down there on Venice Beach playing for money, doing stuff like that with basketball, all this. And my other friend lives on the East Coast now. That was with him, and that's how he goes to the dating game. They're doing the tournament, just like you see on White Men Can't Jump, doing all that stuff, and crazy stuff is happening. So, and then of course I told you guys me and him did all kind of things. We had parties together, we had events together. It gets out of hand. Gets really, really out of hand. Gets shut down at the penthouse because he had a party there and people are jumping over the fence and the gates to get into our party at the penthouse, which is a residential neighborhood. So, needless to say, the HOA was, what the hell? You guys we're gonna have to deal with this. Literally had hundreds of people. Yeah, yeah, yeah. The penthouse was badass. It's three levels, jacuzzi in the middle. It's like 4,000 square feet. Uh, but but people lived there. Name people lived there, and so they weren't too happy with 100 people. It's seemingly 100. There's probably like 30 people, but they're trying to jump the fence, the gates to get in. They are jumping the gates so they can get up to our party. Yeah, crazy stuff. But again, remember, we're only in our 20s at this point. So it's crazy stuff happening. Um, all right, that's it. You guys will find out more things on Friday story night and be safe out here. All right, don't let anybody get you off your square. And with all that said, thank you for watching. Here we go. I got DIM Powell's. Who's this Powell's in the house? Welcome to the SSN Nation Wealthy Wednesday night live stream. And I love what I'm seeing here. I'm doing options on ULTY and making mad cash. You're damn right you're making mad cash. I love to hear this. I love to hear this. In fact, because of you, I'm going to stay here an additional 3, 4, 5 minutes because I'm going to put this on the screen because you mentioned ULTY, because a lot of people do not understand what we know and you know. Look at this on the screen here, ladies and gentlemen. Look at this. Is this sweet or what? Look at this. ULTY, 10 cents this week. Look at 85% distribution. That is what the distribution would be. And for those who don't know, ULTY, I believe, is $6.30, 6.40, somewhere in there per share. Just imagine 85% distribution return. And if the stock price can stay near the same for the year, you will get an 85, 80%, 65, 75% return payout every week. And by the way, this is what the weekly payout is going to be on Friday, 10 cents, 10.29 cents for every share you own this week. What was it last week? I believe it was 9 cents, 9 point something cents. Nonetheless, if people start realizing a $6 and let's call it a $6.40 stock, I think it's under that. But imagine getting around 50 cents a month, 40 cents a month. You could start doing the math. That's 40 cents a month is $4.80 a month. Some months have an extra week, but nonetheless, 480 is the stock price. $4.80 you accumulate in a year. You divide that by 6.4. Now you can see how it's close to 80%, ladies and gentlemen. Distribution. I'm glad you came to give the shout out because that's what we're talking about, DIM pals. I love it. Thank you so much for mentioning. We've been trying to tell people, get in on the bandwagon. It's still not too late. Down below in the description box, we have where you can download a brokerage app. Robinhood, Webull, Moo. Go do it. All right. All right. We're going to wrap it up now. Thank you so much for checking in. I'll see you guys at 9:10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Friday. I thank you so much. And make sure, no matter what you do, keep your head up, keep moving. And I'm